and welcome to today. I'm Amanda and I'm taking you on my 31 days of essential tools and supplies. My essential tools and supplies may be different from yours, but today we're going to be playing with. So let's get started. Hi and welcome to today. Thanks for joining me and spending time with me. Today we're looking through some art journals. Well, not looking through, but I'll show you how, if you're stuck or just need some inspiration or just play. It's about just playing, just spending that time and playing. So I've created loads of art journals over the years, and if you have seen my 31 days of art journals, 31 art journals, I said, 31 art journals, you would have seen some of these as part of the videos, and I would have given you a flip through. So what it's nice to be able to do is revisit some of your journals, and I will be doing a video series on revisiting your journals and maybe looking at a page and finishing it. You know, you may have made a start on the background like this one, say, and not completed it. So this is a great way to kickstart your creativity and just allow you to spend some time in there. And it doesn't have to be anything, you know, too full on or too complicated. You might just only have 5 minutes and want to do something. So one of the quickest things I find is just adding gesso to a page or adding colour to a page. And sometimes what I will do is say find something, let me have a look, like this one. Say this one. It's started but it's got nothing there. I won't do these two. Maybe. Maybe this one. And all I might do is get the gesso, and all I did before with this one was just add colour, so I might have got my Inktense pencil and added some colour in spots and then used the brush. It's a bit wet. And so this is what I would have done to this particular page. But now, you know, it's been a while and I can come back to it any time. I might just do this. I might get a bit of gesso and I might just add some gesso to the page. I mean, you can add anything you want, but I like texture on my pages. And these particular pages were quite thin, so it might be that that's all you decide to do. And that's all I'll decide to do with that page and maybe come back. Or you might take, let's see, it depends on the journals that you create. Like I do create a lot of journals and I do create a lot of backgrounds, and in practically every journal you will find pages that have not been finished. I mean, I love creating journals. You know, there's loads of pages, and this is because, so this part is done, and this is because it allows you to just have a place that you can come and unwind in. So again, it might be like, let me see, let's have a look what I've done. So I've just added colour to these and nothing else. But this is the front. Sorry about that. Kind of turning you upside down. Let me just, I'm trying to find a page. So anyway, let's look at this one. So I had extra paint on my palette, and I just utilised it here. But if I was going to start this, this is screaming, cover me, cover me. So again, I might get my gesso. My gesso is my best friend. And I might just mute part of it. I'm not going to do all of it, because I might not feel that, I might not feel the same way if I come back at a later time. But this particular side I'll do. And I might be able to, you know, just even add in this thin layer. It's just, I'm really scraping it off. Adding that thin layer on the page. I'm really scraping it. It helps it dry quicker, and then I can maybe take that somewhere else. But I mean, even that, the greens that I had, adding the white actually makes a nice effect. And if you were getting a stencil, which I'll show you later down in the weeks, how you can do that. So you can find a page and do something to it, and I could maybe add journaling to this. The other thing is, look how some of the colours have picked up. So where I haven't actually worked, like added water fully to the page, it's allowed some of the paint underneath to come up. So again, that's playing, and you won't know that unless you're playing with your supplies. Okay, let's look at a different, look at this one. Let me just cover this up. This is one of my fabric journals, and I don't think I showed you this in the 31 art journals. So this is also one of those journals for me to come back at a later date whenever I want, and I can experiment. If I'm working with fabric or if I want to paint on fabric, I can do all of that. And this is almost like a pick-me-up, seeing all these things and remembering, oh yeah, look, I painted on this and I wrote on it and I used textured paint, and I've got all of these little what do you call it, these 3D paints. I won't use that one. Just get this one. So on one of the pages, I find on these pages gesso works really well as the basis, and it holds the paint for you. And then, you know, like this is black fabric, but then you can get all the colours and the tones from the paint really nice. Or if I wanted to do some sewing, or if I wanted to add some beading, I can do. So let's just, I would then get the gesso out, and I'm literally using the card and applying it there. And because you're getting an imprint here, let's go closer. You're getting an imprint here because of the three-dimensional paint. I put inspiration on the other side. So that's another kind of effect that actually might work for whatever it is you're doing. So in these, I would just do something like that. So it's looking at your supplies differently and seeing how, especially if you don't have much time, what can you do that will, you know, keep your hand in, that will enable you to do something. Let's come out. Oops, sorry about that. Send you on a merry-go-ride. So I'm just adding that. What you could do is what I would normally do. Would I normally do that? No, I wouldn't. I was going to say what I'd normally do is put a card under there. But, well, especially if I'm doing the fabric, I don't want, you know, the paint all over it. But I'm just, it's again, just a quick, this is how you would do it. And you just use any paint or anything, like acrylic paint is not going to come up. But it adds to the experimentalness. No, it doesn't really matter, because these are unfinished pages and everything that you add is meant to be there. That's the way I see it, unless you were doing something specific that needed to look a specific way. So again, these paints are 3D, but you don't have to use them as a three-dimensional paint. You can also use them as a, you know, a covering for, or an addition to a page. I wouldn't just cover the whole thing, but because they're iridescent, once it dries, it will give you a nice kind of glow. So that's just one of the things you can use. You can use paint, but try using other supplies that you have. If you want to experiment on fabric, create a little fabric book, and I will again share with you how to make one further down the line, not this month but in the coming months. Try and make yourself a little book and experiment in it, and have it, you know, it's just like a sketchbook, but you utilize it for whatever you want to put in it, and just play. And just remember that every moment that you spend on yourself and playing in your art supplies will help in that creative process, and also, you know, is a good way to meditate and unwind. So that's, you know, again what I do, and or I could then, I could then, you know, add lines. But I don't want to add lines to this yet. I like the idea of the colour. So I'm just going to scrape this and maybe add this to another page. Just there, yeah. Ooh. See, I did, on this page, I did stencils with gesso. And so you've got the leaves there. And again, just the addition of another colour just does something else to the page. So please do experiment, and I hope that you maybe got a tip of what you could do in your art journals, especially if you've got, you know, make sure that you have some pages that you leave and doing some backgrounds on, just adding paint and playing, and this way you can develop the background so that when you come you can just go in and play. If you've got that, you might get a creative idea that you think, okay, I need something, and then you find that you've got something that's got the colours you like, or, you know, you can add to it. Like this, I can add more journaling to it, or paint it, or cover it, and I've just allowed, I get so excited here, I've just given myself the chance to be able to add to it. So I hope that has helped, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you're new here, please do like and subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you know when another post is being uploaded. So thank you, and I hope this has blessed you. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.